Game of Thrones is on tonight, you guys. I am so excited. So to celebrate, I am doing the Game of Thrones tag, which was created by my friend Claire Rousseau, and she tagged me in it, so I thought, why not? Let's give it a go. So, question number one, Aria, a character that's all about revenge. So for this one, I have chosen Opal Cowboy from Artemis Fowl and the Opal Deception. Opal Cowboy is just, I just love her so much. She's so deliciously evil. So evil and so completely self-obsessed and, she's just a total nasty piece of work and she's a genius. And I think this one might be my favourite of the Artemis Fowl books that I've read so far. It's just, it's horrible. She's really, really nasty. Oh, but it makes for such a fun read. Question number two, Varys, a book featuring political intrigue. So, I struggle to think of a book with political intrigue in it. I like political intrigue. Definitely. You know, there's TV shows I like with that kind of thing going on, and I like looking at the small level politics, like the politics of friendship and that sort of thing. But I couldn't think of any books. Apart from Mockingjay, I must be the only person in the world who likes all the kind of slow politics stuff in Mockingjay. Yeah? Any other hands in the air? No, I didn't think so. But hey, people always talk about Hunger Games. So instead, I've got Swords Point by Ellen Kushner, which isn't, I suppose, not just political intrigue, so just social intrigue, but then social intrigue happens in the upper class of the society, so I suppose it is kind of political intrigue in that way, and there's some big dramatic kind of courtroom scenes in it. Swords Point is about a main character who is a swordsman. Basically, in this world, rich people, when they fall out with each other, insult each other, they get their swordsmen to challenge each other to fight. Or if they don't have a swordsman, they have to fight themselves, and the matter is settled by who lives and who dies. And so it's all very dramatic. This book is described as a melodrama of manners, which I think is absolutely the most perfect way to describe it ever. It's fab. Book number three is Joffrey, a villain you just love to hate. I've already mentioned Opal Cowboy, so I'm going to go with Dolores Umbridge because she is just terrible. Unlike Claire, top of my list is Dolores Umbridge, above Bellatrix by far. She's just terrible. She's just terrible, and she gets used for evil without even realising it because she's just such a nasty person. Number four is Jon Snow, a coming of age story. I read a lot of YA, so I kind of went through my read list and tried to find the most interesting coming of age stories that I could. The ones that I really felt involved a character or characters who changed, and I've gone with Under the Never Sky by Veronica Rossi. The two main characters, it's told from alternating perspectives, grow and change so much over the course of the story, and I just love it. I think it's a wonderful trilogy, and I wholeheartedly recommend it. Number five is Jaime and Cersei, a ship you just can't get behind. What I do not understand is people who could possibly think that Harry and Hermione would get together. Were you reading the same books? In my mind, I don't think that necessarily Hermione and Ron should stay together forever and ever. I think that Hermione is really badly served by the epilogue, and in my head she becomes the Minister of Magic, or at least the headmistress of Hogwarts. And like, I don't know, maybe if Ron is still there, he's like the stay-at-home husband, you know, looks after the kids while she goes out and is awesome. That's not, I mean, how I could see them getting on as they get older. But anyway, my point is that Harry and Hermione would never work because Hermione's personality is too strong. Harry Potter, love him, though I do, does not have that big of a personality. He is funny and he's sarcastic and I do like him, but compared to Hermione and Ron, he's just not strong enough. I feel like if Harry and Hermione were together, then Hermione's personality would just overwhelm him. So in my mind, it just doesn't work at all. Whereas Ginny, you know, she's barely in it. She doesn't do that much. It's fine. People are gonna be angry now. Number 6 is Lady Olenna, who I love so much. A kick-ass older character. I've gone with Agnes from the Forest Wife trilogy. I know I mentioned this book a lot in my videos recently, but that's because it's good. And also because I really should reread it. So it's a little reminder to myself. Agnes is the main character's wet nurse and goes with her when she runs away and looks out for her, and it's just generally awesome and amazing. Number 7, Daenerys, a book featuring dragons. Like Claire, I loved the Dragon Riders of Pern series, but as an adult in 2015, I would not praise it without certain caveats. And also, I've talked about it before, so I'm going to talk about Dragon Rider by Cornelia Funke, which is a really cute story about a dragon who has to deliver an important message to the other dragons. He becomes friends with a human boy, and it's just adorable, and I read it years ago and I loved it. Number 8 is Sansa, a character you grew to love. I have not grown to love Sansa yet. But I can't really answer this question because I looked at practically every book I own and I can't think of one. I either like a character at the start or don't like them at all, and I think that's because I am quite open-minded and like characters with difficult personalities. I enjoy characters who aren't nice and sweet. So for me, I love them when they're bad as well as when they're good. So yeah, I'll answer that one. Number 9, yes, that's the correct amount of fingers, is Melisandre, favourite magical system. And I'm sure I've said this before, but the Curse Worker series by Holly Black has the most interesting magical system that I've read about for ages and I love it. Basically, some people are curse workers. They have magical powers that they can use on other people and animals and things by putting their hands on them. And so because of this as well, everybody wears gloves. There's lots of warnings about not taking your gloves off and sneaky ways of getting round the gloves rule. And I just loved it. It was so fascinating and different. Number 10, Tyrion, a character whose weapon is their mind. This is another book which I've mentioned a lot before, but I just couldn't bring myself to pick anything else because I think this is the best example of a character whose weapon is their mind, and that is Frankie Landell Banks. She's just amazing. She decides what she wants to do, she works out how to do it, and then she makes other people do it for her. I'm going to tag Bookmoo and my fellow Bookish Brits for this one, and anybody else who wants to do it, I'll probably put some more tagged people in the description box down below. So thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to Bookish Brits if you want to see more from me and the others on this channel. And please do leave me a comment and let me know if you agree with me about Harry and Hermione. It just doesn't make any sense, does it? Thrones, yeah. Game of Thrones, yeah. Game of Thrones.